Radiant team ban.
G'day and welcome to Game 1 between RSG and Polaris Esports in this lower bracket elimination match. This is a huge series. The winner gets to go to the lower bracket final and guarantees themselves a spot in the last chance qualifier. The loser goes home empty-handed. But this is really the real match here for TI qualification. This is the one. This one will get you a little bit further. Might not get you in, but it'll get you a little bit further. RSG banning out the Enigma and the Chen straight away. Looking to stop that early aggression push on towers, you know, with the Eidolons plus the Chen creeps. You know, they just come in and barrel down a lane and take your tier 1 towers. So stopping that with those early bans. Polaris instead want to remove more team fight orientated heroes. With the Marcy jumping in, a good pick off as well, but with the Unleash can really do a lot. And the Death Prophet. First pick Nyx Assassin is a little bit interesting. Because Nyx Assassin is really good at countering Batrider or Ember Spirit. Like, you want to pick Nyx after the opponent has already shown that they've got a hero with uncontrollable damage. You have a hero with uncontrollable damage, you pick Nyx, Spike Carapace, instant stun follow-up, and, you know, you get the pick like that. But first picking Nyx, and I honestly haven't seen a first pick Nyx, even first phase Nyx, unless it was in response to a bat. So it's quite interesting for RSG when there are so many high priority heroes you could pick. You decide to go with the Nyx. So, was it the Primal Beast? We saw Faceless Void first phase last game, it worked out. Undying. Dying, I think as a core is very strong. Nyx Assassin's not great against the Tombstone, doesn't attack that quickly. So Undying's a decent matchup against them.
5 seconds remaining.
And I guess doesn't really have uncontrollable damage either. So I say this first pick Nyx is intriguing at the least. So early in the draft, it's hard to see where they want to go with this, but I mean, it does provide Scout, does provide a little bit of burst as well if you get the Vendetta hit off. It's not like it's a bad hero, but actually it just got 10 times better. So Lena's been picked into Nyx. So there's your setup. You just wait for a Dragon Slave on a lane, pop the Spike Carapace, follow up with the Vendetta and the stun, and as long as you have a +1 in the area, the Lena's dead.
10
so
seconds remaining.
Nyx Assassin just became a good pick. We'll see if there's any more reasons why Nyx Assassin would become a good pick as we further the draft. Batrider's grabbed from RSG, so I mean, I guess by picking Nyx you stop Polaris from picking Bat. Okay, I see it. I see it, RSG. I can understand the logic, and I think there's some merit in it. Pick the Nyx, so just they don't want to pick the bat and you grab it yourself. Fair enough. It works out. Checks out. Strat checks out. Second phase bans Viper from RSG. So when you see a Viper ban, first ban of second phase, you know there's a plan coming. Think of all those heroes that a break really, really hurts against, and maybe we're going to see one of them in RSG's lineup.
5 seconds remaining.
Pango banned from Polaris Esports. It's an interesting ban because sort of look at the picks they've got. This bat doesn't really want to run mid into Lena. Lena will just handle the bat fairly easily. Unless the mid laner of RSG, Exilern, just rates himself against Lena with the bat, thinks he can handle it. Maybe he does. Otherwise, this bat might be in the off lane. The Pango ban can be run in the mid lane or the off lane. Us taking as well, and the Oracle Beastmaster. So, damage and control and damage mitigation being banned from RSG. Look at this. The Void was left in for the second phase. The Void with Lena. And the Undying to drop the Tombstone next to it. This is starting to look pretty scary the side of RSG, they've just got a humble little Batrider and Nyx Assassin. They've gone for the pick-off. We're going to grab one hero and kill him. Whereas Polaris have opened this draft with, we want to have big team fights. Big team fights with big chronos and Lena slapping away those fiery souls at anyone caught inside that chronosphere. RSG, of course, still have 3 picks to remain, so surely they'll have some team fight, but maybe they just go all in on the pick-off. Take singular pick-offs, move around the map, apply pressure. Probably will be a support pick here unless there's a core they really value. Bristleback wasn't banned, nor was Timber or Spectre when they saw the Viper ban come out. So Polaris have judged that yeah, we can deal with that. While we're just taking a moment in this draft, I will apologize in advance on the pronunciation of the POS 5 of Polaris. I'm not exactly sure whether it's EU or Yao. So my apologies. Did try and do a little bit of research before the game today and couldn't find a way to pronounce it. So my apologies. I'll probably go with Yao. Probably sounds right, doesn't it? But maybe it's just a U. No, Yao. Let's go with the Yao. Lelouch, Davius Force, and Natsumi.
10 seconds remaining.
I do value getting names correct, so my apologies for that. Sapphire is picked 3rd for RSG. It's a bit of a deny pick, really. You know, Polaris could grab the snap themselves in the next pick. They've shown that they have the Void. Snapfire wasn't banned. They could fit a 4 into their draft, so I think it's certainly a deny pick there. And all of a sudden, RSG, with a Snapfire and a Tidehunter, they're bringing their own team fight. The Tidehunter could get off the Ravage on the Faceless Void inside the Chrono. That just completely wastes that Chronosphere. Of course, Void will work towards a BKB reasonably quickly to make sure that you can secure the damage once the Chrono is committed.
5 seconds remaining.
Snapfire doesn't make it a bit troublesome for Void to stay in the Chrono as well. You know, without that BKB at least, you just drop the Mortimer's Kisses on top of the Chrono. Wherever the Faceless Void is trying to hit someone. Just surround your allied heroes with the Mortimer's Kisses and maybe you can even get a turnaround.
Radiant team ban.
Vengeful Spirit. Okay, so the clear counter to the bat here. So lasso someone up, and then you just swap them out with the Vengeful Spirit, and the whole engagement, the whole initiation is ruined. So Polaris looking to shore up their edges in their draft at the moment. They have damage for Chrono, they have control with the Tombstone, they have now the counter to the Batrider. I mean, Oracle was banned, but they didn't take Oracle, they just took the Venge. And Venge often offers a bit more than what an Oracle can in other regards. Looking for their offlaner last will be Polaris, and with that, Nightstalker is banned out. Safe laners for RSG, Naga is removed. I think Naga would have been the pick A. Naga, I think maybe the fourth pick Naga from RSG was the play. I was thinking it, and I thought, I didn't say it, I had it running through my head. Maybe that Naga would have been pretty good with that reel in. I saw it a couple of days ago with the Faceless Void. Get the net, you get the reel in, and you just completely waste the duration of the BKB Chrono. Very, very effective. So Naga being banned out, and the Legion Commander. Haven't really seen much Legion, but certainly we offer that little bit extra control off to the side of the fight, and some, a little bit of sustain as well. Protection with the press the attack.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe Terrorblade is just banned here.
5 seconds remaining.
Don't need to ban Jug because they've got a swap to cancel Spin TV. Yeah, I mean, Terrorblade, PL, both illusion heroes. They picked TB. It's good, decent damage for burst with the lasso, assuming the target isn't swapped out. Just don't know. I mean, meta lines up well with Ravage. Cooldowns are pretty similar. So that could work out. Going into the last 16 seconds, they have RSG. What is their carry going to be here? Lifestealer, not so good against the Venge either. I can just swap him back in through Rage. You have Troll? The Ursa. Yeah, Troll, Ursa. Yep, okay. The Ursa will be the last one coming out. Wanting to be able to face up against this Void. Eventually the Basher and get the Fury Swipes running. Good burst. Good burst for a Ravage as well. Good burst for Ravage. Good burst for Nyx stun. Good burst for the Lasso stun. So between the Nyx and the Batrider, they should have a fair bit of pick potential around the map. Particularly later game when Ursa has a Blink Dagger of his own. Be able to get in on top of that initiation and burst down the selected target. It's just where Polaris will be positioned. I think Polaris have the superior draft at the moment. We haven't seen their last pick yet, but it's all down to positioning this game for Polaris. Where is Venge sitting? Where is Undying sitting? Does Void get off a decent chrono? When I say decent chrono, I mean, I don't mean you need to get all 5 in there. Getting 2 inside a chrono is pretty good. Will the BKB timings come out fast enough? This is what Polaris has to think about. RSG, I think, have a simpler draft in essence. You lasso someone, you burst them. You Nyx initiate on someone, you burst them. It's very simple. Oh, this gives up this. Oh, the Primal Beast. It was still left in. It just seems to slip through. So Lelouch will be taking the Lina mid. Natsumi the 1 Void. Xavius and Yu will take supports in the Venge and the Undying, and Force will have this 3 Primal Beast. The side of RSG, MKS on the Ursa will be the POS 1. X1 on the 3 Tidehunter. Roger and Zhao Bonbon on the support Snapfire and Nyx Assassin. And Exilern on the mid Bat. A lot more fun draft than Talon T1 had. I don't know, I thought those drafts were pretty fun. But I think we're going to see more and more Venge. Venge is just a very, very strong hero. The ability to save someone from initiation, but also to stop someone, you know, the BKB cancel is huge. Swap someone back in who's got a BKB running, or a Juggernaut spin, or a Rage from Lifestealer. It's very, very strong. I think we're going to see more and more Venge as our time progresses closer to TI as well. More Venge, more Disruptor, more Darkseer, more Earthshaker. These are the heroes that are becoming more and more popular as we go nearer. Oh my, just look down the throat there of Primal Beast. I mean, brush your teeth, man. That's a little bit too much. So both teams coming out with their level 1 smokes.
This guy has no
We need the wards down. 1 ward on Exilern. Natsumi, Force. Actually, no wards here yet. Who's got the wards? Xavius has got the ward and the sentry. That one will get down without being spotted, so they make it back to the high ground. Xavius. We'll throw down the odds. I think that was very much scouted. Very much. Yeah, he high fives him. They know that it was up. He just gives away the ward positioning. He knew it was there. He knew it was there. Actually, pay to win. Battle pass. I mean, pay to win if you do a stupid high five and show you have a ward, but sure. EU has the level 1 decay. We'll start stacking up on the Tidehunter. Doesn't want him to feel too comfortable. Tide just says, give me a high five. With friendliness from these two teams. Zhao Bonbon has the Nyx Assassin up on the high ground. Might try and look to collapse on Force. They're here. Stun comes out. What's he got? He's got the upper level 1. They know he's leveled it, or at least they're going to force out it. But that's... There it is. Xavius grabbing the runes. Oh, there's 2 bounties. 2 bounties to Xavius. 3 bounties actually to Polaris. The 3 bounties to Polaris. 1 to MKS on RSG. And we'll head to our lanes. So mid lane, Exilern on the bat will be going up against The Louch on the Lina. Should be Lina favored in that lane, as long as there's isn't a serious outplay. Bottom lane for RSG. MKS is here with the Ursa. He'll be supported by Zalbonbon on the next assassin. They're laning against Xavius on the Venge 4. And the Primal Beast being played by Force in the top lane. X1 has the big Watermelon Tidehunter being supported by Roger. Well, good damage actually onto you there. Roger on the Snapfire. And they're laning against Undying, being played by you, and Natsumi on the Faceless Void. They're trading stuns on this bottom lane, Zalbonbon and Xavius. Xavius has slightly better damage with the stuns, and actually, Zalbonbon, he wants to trade. He's got good regen, 11.9 and decent armor. Remember, Magic Missile does deal 90 damage. What is this? 100, so very similar. Mid lane, initially, Bat gets 7 and 0, Lina 5 and 0, so very even so far. Both will probably get their bottles soon enough. They're both coming out now. Is it the Louch? Is a bottle? Yes, there's the bottle for Exilern. We'll just be able to keep spamming those napalms. They're very strong now. Bottom lane, Xavius does just live underneath the tower. I mean, he's just playing with that Bonbon. KS getting the stacks up on 4s. That's 3. Maybe just be baiting him in a little. 4. Go careful with these stacks. It's 5 stacks. 6 stacks even. I mean, there's the uproar to turn around, so this bottom lane has swings and roundabouts. Yeah, Ursa gets the stacks up on Force, but he's got his own with the uproar. Slows him down. Stun comes out onto MKS, able to jump away with the level 1 Earthshock. Time dilation on the top lane, just to force back X1, give some assistance in the harass war from EU. And middle lane, yeah, Lina's caught back up. Lelouch with 13 and 1, Bat with 12 and 0. As I said, this should favor Lelouch as the lane progresses. He went for the boots first instead of the bottle, so he can run away from the sticky napalm charges. Absolutely essential, and now working towards the bottle himself. Being able to sustain so well, even without the bottle that early on. Pretty well done from Lelouch. Roger, the tombstone's down. Was being chased, but tombstone won't be enough. In level 1 at the moment. Actually, Lelouch, he might be first blood. He's trying to bait him under the tower. Exilern, will any spell come out? But no, he doesn't. LSA was on cooldown. Tower hit will be at the last one, so first blood goes to the Bat. Xavius TP's in with that extra armor reduction 3, meaning the tower could get enough work done. Even with those boots first on the Lina, still gets chased down. That's got to feel pretty bad. I mean, once that LSA was used, that was just a go signal from the Bat. With the 1 in the flame break, just force them back towards you, and away you go. Here comes the sticky napalm. Immediately starts up bottom lane. Force, just 1-1-1 build at the moment, so can onslaught away if need be. If he's in a bit of a dangerous situation, since Xavius is not currently on the lane. MKS 22 last hits, basis void 19 and 6 at the moment, so pretty reasonable on the cause. And offlane a 7 and 2 to 16 and 0. So across the map, very even at the moment. Just a 1 kill to 1. Slightly more XP for the Bat in this mid lane over the Lina, since he did get that solo kill. Level 5 on the Louch now. Should be fine. We have the 2 levels in the Anchor Smash, so making sure Natsumi and this Undying can't really get in and get a kill on the Tidehunter with that physical damage reduction. Level 2 is 40%, so that's pretty significant. There it is. Damage goes down, -29. Makes it even hard to last hit. Okay, we'll use the jump. Bottom lane. MKS is trying to fight up against Force, but trample in the uproar was there. Salve will come out, won't provide as much. So MKS probably wanted to have a pretty good lane against another melee core, but man, it's rough. He hit into Force and he just punished him. Stun comes through. There's the onslaught. Actually impaled from Zalbonbon with despite Carapace getting the stun. Force grabbing the uproar, getting him to slow down. Roger gets the cookie through. MKS goes back in, but he just dies to the stun and the hits of Force! And now they're on the run. Zao Bonbon. He gets the salve off on Force, and oh, MKS, he came back in. He wanted to try and make something of it. Where's the damage reduction? He needs the anchor smash. Yeah, Sumi doing a lot here. Taking a very good trade there, knowing the anchor smash was on cooldown. Gets the damage in on the watermelon. Because the bash is not really something you can dispel off. You know, only 0.65 seconds, so the damage will occur. Yeah, blocking the camp on the high ground there from EU, so actually kept blocking both, so ancient and hard camp, so no more stacks for the Bat Rider. Roger's coming through, although he could be caught here. There is a tombstone, not leveled just at the moment. Lelouch, super careful mid lane against this bat, doesn't want to die again. There is a flaming lasso, so if those napalm charges get built up, thrown back with the flame break, the lasso will get the kill. Xavius is just body blocking or saving him on this mid lane. In fact, he's just gonna get some XP now. Lena's gone off elsewhere. Get some kills in the jungle. Kill some creeps. Bits travel working on next. They can be a little bit more movable around the map. And quite a slow early game here. X1 does have the Ring of Health, so can sustain against his Faceless Void. Level's not leveled yet. Level 4 actually. You're gonna level something up. 2 in Soul Rip now to get Void back and healthy. Mid lane actually. The back goes in. The Louch can't really do anything. Exilern this time doesn't trade his life for it. Will TP home.
Tower is under attack.
MKS getting his farm on, working towards that Battle Fury. A little bit last it's down on the Faceless Void for the time being, but only a few. Switch over to net worth, we see 3,300 actually against 2008 times, so it's 500 gold difference for the time being, so decent lead for Natsumi already. Does he want to try and get a tombstone? No, just a decay. I don't think they have the damage for X1 to bring him down. He throws the decay and just starts walking mid. That was a drive-by decay there from EU. He went, no, we'll just decay him and walk away. We gotta find out Zao Bonbon though. He level 3. Stun comes up. LSA. Spike Carapace does stop the follow-up, and look who's here. Exilern is on top of the Louch. There's no lasso. Tombstone is dropped. Heals will come through and available. I don't think it'll be enough. The Lina still drops down. Onslaught. Cookie to get Exilern away, and the spray on the ground. Oh, bit of BM there. Feed. Gee. And all the while, I believe the Nyx assassin just, walked it off. And no issues at all. Regen bolt up for Exilern, so really getting on top in this middle lane. Farming up some stacks here with Force. Hey, if Zao Bonbon will come across and say, oh, thank you. I'll take that XP, but they're collapsing. Ooh, Cookie. Oh, doesn't quite get the stun. The short range Onslaught does just get him out of range fast enough. There was a lasso coming, so maybe that would have caught him if they'd cancelled the Onslaught away. X1 close to the Soul Ring, so should be able to continue farming with that level maxed out Anchor Smash soon enough. Remember, there are no more stacks occurring in the triangle. Not that anyone's gone there to stack in the meantime anyway. Bottom lane, Force. Just scares them back with the level 1 in Uproar. Pretty intimidating. This Primal Beast just roaring at you saying, I've got the damage. And you're slowed down. Do you still want to come at me? And even with those Fury swipes up, at this stage in the game, Ursa, MKS not willing to trade. Level 3. Level 4 though, it might be enough to burst with some stun follow-up. If you can build up a few stacks first and then come through with the stun, as this laning phase sort of finishes, it could be enough. I was going to say, the Lelouch has pretty much left the mid lane. He's just gone to the jungle, got the Falcon Blade. He'll be farming up, working towards the treads, and then the BKB. Wants to be a right clicker this game. Arcane Ring, found for the side of RSG.
No, you don't.
Ursa might just hold on to that for the time being. That additional instant armor with the 75 mana replenish is pretty good. Especially when you want to be spamming out the overpower to farm creeps. Bonbon, Tranquil's online, looking towards the Blink. So we didn't really see it because it was the last pick in the draft, but certainly the Spike Carapace is good against the Lina. We said that with the Fires, the Flame, the Dragon Slave, but particularly with the Trample, you know, that's definitely going to proc on the Spike Carapace. Until that BKB comes out, probably will be stunned under the effect of his Trample with the Spike Carapace. So very, very dicey. Use that as the Primal Beast. Exi learn, they know. Got the Snapfire behind. They're looking for a go, but Snapfire will just show now in the middle. Grab a little deny on the way through. 3 kills to 2, 11 minutes in. We have Vendetta, but he's under some vision. They back up straight away. They know what's happening. I don't think. Yeah, it just expires now. So that vision was there momentarily. They know Bonbon has the 6 and he's heading somewhere on the map for Vendetta. And this spray stays there for a long time. Top lane, trying to find X1. Damage is coming through from the Trample and the Onslaught. They have a Pulverize, but it'll get immediately dispelled off with the level 3 Kraken Shell. And the Watermelon, yeah, he doesn't care. Head bonk from Force. And what was I thinking? What was I thinking? There was no way we're getting that kill. Even with the Hood of Defiance up as well, it's pretty hard. TP's mid though. There's a Void coming in. Laguna used. Chrono catching onto 2. He's in the fire, in the flame, but he's not going to die fast enough to that flame damage. No sticky napalm charges. 2 will go down. They get the Venge, but good rotation from Natsumi, that mid lane, using that Chrono to good effect. Even early, got the Midas, good attack speed, level 3 in the time lock. Chrono does a significant amount of damage. You get to hit someone for even, what is it, 3-4 seconds? 4 seconds without them doing anything back to you. You know, any hero that gets to hit for 4 seconds without anyone doing back is going to be pretty good. Particularly the Void. X1 wants to get the Blink into Shard and the Aghanim Scepter. He's just being a body on this top lane. He doesn't even care. Time Dilation comes out. Doesn't mean a single thing. He's got the plus stats as well from the pig pole. Bottom lane, Force. Trying to catch him as he runs away. Tumbler's tweet. Let's him go further back. There will be a lasso. Pulling him forward into the fight. MKS is there with the damage. Roger has the follow-up. Little Shredder killing the Tombstone. Nice little counter there with the Snapfire. Lina's coming in. The Louch. There's the ult. And I'm not sure if this Venge can do much to save the Lina. He dies. MKS might just walk away from this. The bash. Double bash from Natsumi. Swap in. Exilo gets taken down as well. So, Louch sort of sacrifices himself for the greater good there. Keeps him in by TPing straight on top of the Ursa. I think they thought maybe that the cancel was going to occur. That the Lina was not going to complete, but they did. Louch gets in there and forces him to hang around a little longer. Ursa dies along with the bat. Snapfire as well, so value 1 for 3 there. Sometimes you just got to go in, you know? Sometimes you just got to go in. Doesn't matter whether you're mid, doesn't matter if you're the support. You just got to go in. No Rune. Rune will be top. Down by Bonbon. Arcane does get a stun over onto Force. There will be the Spike Carapace with the stun, but you still get the full duration out. Knowing the mechanics there, Force didn't cancel at all. Knowing that if you get stunned, the Onslaught will continue to the planned location. So these are sentries. Actually, were they the D-Ward sentries? Yeah, they were the D-Ward sentries. They did find those sentries blocking the camps, and I've got back to farming this side of the map. Now Bonbon, Vendetta up. Is there anyone coming on this top lane? Force is in the area. He's blocking creeps. Maybe they can do it. Although with MKF showing on the lane, I think Force might feel there's something not quite right about this situation. Why is it that MKS is so aggressive on this top lane at the moment? Who could he possibly have in support that would be making him so game? Smoke comes out, 3 men, then move into the bottom lane. They have Tombstone, level 3, swap, plus Laguna. Louch stops to farm some creeps on the way. DPs are coming out. That could be a mistake. Might need to be here for the initiation. Roger has the Mortimer's Kisses. X1 has a Ravage. It has not yet been used yet. Exilern with the Lasso as well. Level 4 in the Firefly. And Smoke Breaks. Gonna see Yao. Blink on the Tide. So they want to take a good fight here with the ultimates, but Polaris just back up, sensing that they wanted the fight. They were baiting him into it. Charge comes through. MKS has been pulverized. He's grabbed up. The bashes are coming through with the Maelstrom damage. I'm not sure the Enrage is going to be enough. He will just be chased down, and with the bashes, he get the catch on the Ursa. He didn't have the support of his Nyx Assassin top lane anymore, and he kept positioning and posturing there up there like he did. He was all alone, in fact. Not so bad for him. He has the Battle Fury, so we'll continue to escalate the farm now. Void and the Ursa should farm reasonably well, considering Void has Midas and Maelstrom. Sorry, bottom lane. Fight is breaking up. Snapfire being pulverized onto the ground. LSA and the Laguna will finish him off. X1 blinking forward, still has the Ravage. Lasso is used. Do they have the damage? They're trying to bring him down. He's in the fire. They will eventually get it. And Ravage is still available. It's level 2. They have the damage for Force? I don't think so. We'll just reduce the physical. Back in with the Gush. Chuck to the side. Is ticking down with the sticky napalms on him. Won't get low enough. Natsumi has a Chrono. Also has a Midas. He needs to use that quickly. And swap back in on X1. Trying to make him force an ulti here. But I don't think he's going to fall for it. Just holds on to that Ravage, knowing that when he respawns, he needs to have it. The Roche Pit. It's all space. Roger has the Shard. Excellent little early pickup. They're back out of the pit. They've been spotted. The U is straight on in here. Sees the wood outside the pit. Gets rid of it and sees Roshan. Was a little bit damaged. They know Ursa is in the area. Smoke is up from Force and Xavius. Can they catch anyone? BKB almost ready on this Primal Beast. Once that occurs, it'll just be the Lasso that can do anything against him in the fights.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
MKS hiding in the trees momentarily. Just careful not to get caught. Bottom lane, they're trying to get this tower down, but Force turns up. He wants to defend it a little longer. They're baiting him. There's movement coming over. Xavius here as well. Stun comes out. Swap save from Xavius. And Force will be perfectly fine. The tower is pretty low. It's deniable, and they will deny it. The tower is denied. Not getting the gold they want out of that RSG, but regardless, no tower. Easier movements into the triangle. Exilern blinks in. Has the flame break. Firefly will dodge it out. Ravage catches onto 2. And in there, the Chrono, but it's a little bit too slow. In fact, the Firefly's on the ground. Tatsumi does the damage to Batrider. Follow up. Impale. On the Spike Carapace, but now he's pigging away. MKS is in the area. Has walked himself over. Maybe just should have stayed farming because he has arrived and... you know... The bell's tolled midnight. Cinderella's already gone home. Exilern has gone back to the well. We have to try and put the shoe on his foot another time before he dies. Xavius has the Vitamin's offering, working towards the Wraith pack. So looking for that overall team sustain. Back into the Roche pack. I think they know they're here, but there's no Ravage. They scout it out. This is risky. They've got the abilities. MKS gets swapped out. He doesn't have a BKB, but he does have Enrage. And getting on top of Force, they try to deal the damage. Mortimer's Kisses. Well placed. Exilern trying to get up on the high ground. Trying to get this last bit of damage onto Force, but it's not enough. He walks away with the BKB. Roger, he's committed in too far now, and he will go down to the bashes. And they've just handed up Roche on a platter to Polaris. I really think that fight was not necessary. It's out Bonbon trying to get the stuns, delaying a little bit longer with the Impale. X1 throws out the Gush. Natsumi. Let's get the bash. It isn't enough at the moment. Chrono not up. Back into the Roche pit. And they delay him a little bit longer. I think they can with Force arriving on full HP. Ogre Seal Totem forward. Laguna damage from the Void. The physical will be enough. The bash is coming out. And they want to send Zalbonbon in. Can they get some picks? They do. Actually, onto Lena, Xavius as well. They want to find more. Heading over the high ground. EU has got an Exilearn Batrider chasing him. Slowly ticking down to the damage. Zalbonbon is there. There's up on the high ground. Can they get the kill on this Tombstone? Needs to die reasonably quickly. One more hit. It does go down. Plus 200 gold. Buyback from Faceless Void. He's back into the fight. MKS, he needs to do more damage. He doesn't have a BKB yet. Doesn't have an ulti. And he's going to try and fight against Natsumi, who does end up using the Aegis. That last little right-click through swipe, the damage is done. So buyback from the Undying. Aegis consumed. I mean, what's that? 9 deaths? 10 deaths. No, 9 deaths. 9 deaths. And so everyone was dying in that fight. And BKB being worked on by Exilearn. And you know what? RSG will be pretty happy with that after their initial Roche, attempt. They've removed the Aegis. There's not really any harm done to their structures. Ursa did get a couple of kills, but would probably like to be farming right now towards this BKB. He's falling behind. 2k behind now. Battle Fury is not a fighting item. If you probably want to move like this with the Ursa, maybe you should have gone for a Basher or Deso first. Some sort of fighting item to get online.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Because he's fighting him with a Battle Fury, and not really what he needs right now.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Smoked up though, 3-man. They have the blink on Exilearn. Lasso at the ready, level 2. Nyx has blink as well. Just don't catch. Lelouch made his way across. The TPs are coming in. They know it's coming. There's a Chrono available, level 2. They're baiting it. BKB on Void. They're all here. They're showing a Lelouch, but they're hiding everyone else. Look at this juicy little Lena. Just dangling him out on a spit. Now it's their own 5-man smoke. Where will they look to move? Vision out on the map. They do have it in the triangle, but other than that, down deep in the jungle, they don't have any vision on this top side right now. Roger is going to look to break the smoke. He's hiding in the trees. Smoke will break. Thinks about Roger. He's stunned up. He can't cookie over the edge. Is he just waiting? Cooking. Will go. But down on the low ground, and with the jumps and the swaps. Just pops that smoke, saves his Ursa, saves his Bat, saves his Tide from that potential smoke rotation, and they're feeling pretty good about themselves. X1, I think, working on Aghanim Scepter, only 2 components away, and then into the Halberd after that. Wants to be able to control this Void. Aghanim Scepter very good at pushing out lanes as well on the Tide Hunter. We need to get the AoE Gush. And here, Invis popped on Exilearn. The Invis brothers, they're looking for a pick, but the pick might just be coming to them. Force is rotating around. If they go in on something, they're going to completely collapse. There's the stun, follow up. But there's a few too many in the neighborhood, and the Batrider will make it their way to the south. Nyx will make it away to the north. I think they had a suspicion that they were being stalked there, and just went in enough to force out the rotation. Force the rotation, make them show their hand, and then just blink out of there and be done with it. Because while that's happening, MKS is still farming up on the top side of the map. And he's had some time to farm. He's getting very close into the BKB if he wants it. Or the Basher, I guess. He's going for the BKB first. Being sent out. It's the cookie. The Snapfire cookie with the shard upgrade. It's a Mortimer's Kiss attached to it. BKB forced. Lelouch a little too quick on the fingers, but now it's down to 8 seconds. That was a fresh one. That's a fresh BKB that will never be seen again in this game. He's coming bottoms. Our Bonbon wants to set up, but Natsumi's too quick. Knows that farming in that area is pretty dangerous and moves away. Queued up the Lincolns. Still hunting on Zhao Bonbon, but I think there's any catch to be had here. Certainly up into high ground with no vision. Xavius not going in for the Aghanim Scepter this game, but instead wants the The Netherlands wants to be able to have that swap from a little further away so that the lasso target definitely doesn't die. Level 18 plus the other, and you can pretty much swap from half a map away. The Louch. I think Lincolns as well. So Lincolns, there's power in numbers. The more Lincolns you have, the stronger they are. If you think about what's going to pop Lincolns this game, it is the lasso, which is what you want to pop it. Nothing on Snapfire. Nyx, I guess, has a mana burn. So a mana burn on Nyx, and then the single target gush, but this is going to become AoE in a moment. So that's not going to pop Lincolns either. That's actually a negative from getting the gush AoE ground targeted. You can't actually pop the Lincolns with it. I mean, you always get it off, but you can't actually pop the Lincolns. Maybe a bash or a Bissell at some point. Sao Bonbon trying to get the proc from the Maelstrom just then. That was a little cheeky play. Didn't end up getting it. See if they can get this pick on him, but Natsumi has support behind with a Vengeful Spirit. He's always going to be sitting there, has the damage reduction ready, plus the nether swap. And Natsumi has the shard, so he can jump in and out at will. Top lane, they want to move in with Exilone. They're trying to be quick around the map. DD is bottled up. Force is shown. He's a ward. They're tracking him. Want him to walk back out. They saw him go into the tree line. Please show again here. Roger will wander up. Kill a few creeps. Try to look a little bit hesitant about it. The walk forward, the walk back. Yeah, I'm not confident. I'm fearing for my life here, Exilone. Hits the lasso before the BKB comes out. Will they have the follow-up damage? There's the stun. BKB, no, they don't have enough. In fact, turnarounds just with the pulverize. The cookie, it's not going to do anything. In fact, the cookie didn't even put the Snapfire on the ground. The Mortimer's Kisser on the ground. Very interesting interaction there. I didn't expect him to get jumped away, but I did expect the Shard Mortimer's Kiss to be chucked on the ground. I mean, is this just another bug we're seeing with Pulverize? Maybe. Because I certainly expected there to be a Mortimer's Kiss on the ground there. Fire Snap Cookies become even more potent, getting increased jump range and launching a Mortimer Kiss to the landing destination. I guess he never landed? Or did he land on the spot? Oh, he landed on the spot. You can cookie people who are stunned. You can cookie people who are stunned. He was just stunned on the spot. I think that's a bug. I think that's actually just a legitimate bug with the Pulverize again. Exilone will grab the regen rune. The Louch being forced to move himself away. A Glimmer cast on him. Just the Shadow Amulet thrown on him as he was running. So Glimmer coming out for Undying. Not just yet. And there's the 5-man smoke. Polaris, they're on the hunt. All the spells are up. BKB again ready in 10 seconds on Force. He doesn't want to have the engagement just before it. It's our Bonbon. He's in the front line. AoE Gush is available. AoE Gush versus... Actually, income with the Mortars. He's actually catch 2 on the back line. Okay, get him with the damage. There is potentially a Ravage coming through. Catching 2. Tombstone on the down. Venge is picked off. There's a Chrono. It's caught on top of the Ursa. The BKB is active, so there's not a lot of damage coming through. And there's the AoE Gush. Exilone blinks in afterwards, has all the damage he might possibly need. With the Firefly, it's hitting on top of everyone. He's trying to deal the damage, but it's not quite enough. Natsumi's living through it. Forced with the BKB, the Tombstone is still on the deck. Double stun from Exilone. There's the cookie through. They get the 2 with the Mortimer's Kiss. Roger. Oh, you little beauty. Force is trying to turn around. Maybe get some exit kills. Exilone blinks forward. I mean, there's a bunch of stacks on top. Is that the Dispel? Actually dispelled himself there with the Roar. Has the talent. And the team fight will go to RSG. Not even a single buyback committed. All dead on the side of Polaris. Actually, they're looking for more. So, yeah. That just happened. We'll pretend we didn't see that one. We'll pretend we didn't see that one. Yeah. Zabobon, we didn't see that one. Maybe he just forgot he was holding on to the gem, but that certainly is a big change in the ending of that fight. Losing your gem compared to holding on to it, so... Snapfire almost has the Wraith Pact themselves. So you can get a Wraith Pact down next to a Chrono. Will make a pretty big difference. We already saw that with the BKB up. It was pretty hard for the Natsumi to kill Ursa. MKS, as Earthshock applies 2 Fury Swipes, they're working already on getting those Fury Swipes worked up. Excellent, you can see he's starting to lack damage. But no matter how good this Batrider is, he does lack damage later on, particularly against a Void who can just Time Walk it off and a Beast who can dispel off the sticky napalms. Don't know if there's any way for Void to dispel at this point. Is there any way that someone can dispel him? No. I don't think the Time Walk actually dispels. It shouldn't. That'd be broken if it did. Even the Shard upgrade.
Radiant's top tower is under
No.
attack.
So, no way to dispel Void. No Lotus Orb for the time being. If he does get stacked up with a sticky napalm, there's no way for him to remove it. I guess, apart from the BKB. Has the BKB. But once the BKB wears out, which is 7 seconds, minimum will be 6 soon. Now Bonbon trying to get a little proc on a Maelstrom there, trying to set up. And into the Roche Pit goes Natsumi. Level 3 Chrono is online. Paladin Sword in the pocket with the Lincoln Sphere. Xavier with that fresh stolen gem. And now working towards Agnum Scepter. I think they know it's on. They have the ultis. Ravage is up. AoE Gush into the pit is pretty good. Did take the plus 120 Gush damage. Surprised didn't take the Gush slow when you go for that Ags. You want to get the most damage value out of that Gush, or most value out of that spell. 7-second cooldown. Side of Polaris. They didn't commit on the Roche. They just sort of felt it out. Now the smoke from RSG. Can they get a blink from this bat? He has an Invis Rune and the Ether Lens, so grabbing him from a long way away. The hostage situation is going to be pretty real. Where is the Venge? Venge is sitting behind, has no Ether Lens, but level 2, jumping through. They will get the catch onto Nyx, but at the same time, Undying goes down. Mortimer's Kisses was used. Buyback from the Undying. Nyx has one as well. Gush will come through. Napalm plus the Flame Break will send them flying backwards. So, both teams finding a little pick there. But not really what either team wanted, because the Roche is still standing strong. Shard available. Has Ursa bought his Shard yet? Now he wants it from Roche. He hasn't even queued it up. He says, no, this one is mine. It has my name on it. If you look really closely, it says MKS on each one of those little shards. MKS Ursa. The name is written there on it. Force is going to get stronger and stronger. Almost the Agnum Scepter. You could almost buy out for it for 80 gold. In terms of breaks this game, I guess the Fury Swipes, you can break that one. The big one is the Kraken Shell. Just to get the break on that. Louch building in for a little bit more damage and attack speed with the Shadow Blade, and the team is sitting behind. And they managed to take... I don't think they're in position. Exilern's gone bottom lane. It's too late. They've just realized it's happening, but they just helped them take it a little faster. There's the Ravage, but oh no, he caught... Didn't get the Aegis, didn't get the Shard actually, so it isn't completely lost. Now Bonbon trying to escape, will get taken down. Ravage, remember, has been used. Lasso over onto Force. The damage is coming out, and the bash from the Ursa, but there is the Chronosphere. It's on 2. Can they add the damage? BKBs have been popped. BKB is his own. MKS, he might want to turn around here. Buybacks from the Snapfire and the Nyx. They want to try and make something happen here. With these buybacks committed, can they get on forward? Exilern, he's actually maybe bit off a little more than 2. Double stun from Zhao Bonbon. In the front line is the Void. Has the second life. You have to be aware of Snapfire. Kisses coming out. They don't have BKBs up anymore, but the Laguna comes out and finishes off MKS. He doesn't want to have to buy back for this, and they know it. They're chasing down hard. Natsumi, the floodgates have opened. X1, the Kraken Shell's not saving you here. And the tier 1 tower will go down, and my goodness. My goodness, that was 2 buybacks from the side of RSG. They still lose the fight. 1 from Polaris. Force does get back into the fight after being taken down by the Ursa. But the important thing is, Aegis is still available on Natsumi. Didn't even die once. Now, I do want to check. I think Tidehunter grabbed the shard. He grabbed the shard. I don't think he passed it over to Ursa. No, Ursa did not get the shard. So Tidehunter did just eat that one up. He didn't save it. Guess maybe he wouldn't have had a choice if it wasn't in his backpack. Tendrils of the Deep. Tidehunter unleashes a targeted slew of tentacles that damage and stun enemies within reach. Tentacles deal 50% of Ravager's damage and stun with a range of 75% of Ravager's radius. That's a mini Ravage in a direction. Okay, so we have hypothetically that's 2.8 seconds, so like another 1.4 seconds on top of that. You could, if you chained it perfectly. So we're talking maybe like 4 seconds of stun on a particular target coming out from the Tidehunter. It's good. But I think the Earthshock upgrade would have been a little better. It's point target, yeah. MKS on the bottom lane. Jump in. Natsumi will get the blink away. MKS fast enough, but it's a haste rune. He's galloping forward. Down Bonbon. EKB is popped, so he won't get the stun off. He didn't cookie further away, but this Nyx Assassin is in trouble. Laguna comes out. Actually, the mini Ravage catching on two, and then the main one, but oh no! The BKB and Natsumi's already away. Can they kill Force? The buyback has already been used on him, and there's the Chrono. This isn't looking good. In the middle of it is Ursa. The LSA finishes up, and 3 dead on the side of RSG, and Polaris just lose the 1. I think they had the initial catch from the Tendrils of the Deep, but the Ravage just wasn't there fast enough. Top lane. The bat has been caught. The damage is coming out. Excellent. Pops the BKB, but he'll be swapped in. And there's the strength of this swap on the Venge. Level 3 swap. Got the Aghanim Scepter as well. You can't get away. BKB does not save you in that situation. And because it's level 3 swap now, back up in another 14 seconds. It's going to be ready to go. Bottom tier 2 will fall. Natsumi, Aegis for another minute and 10. Actually has the Lincoln Sphere in the backpack. Midas is way more important at the moment. Keep that cooldown ticking. Yule's being worked on by Zarbonbon. X1 looking for a refresher. I mean, you got to hit the first Ravage if the second Ravage wants to be any of assistance. I mean, we're starting to lose a couple of frames here. Certainly hope we don't drop out of this game. That's what's happened in the past when you lose frames. You get the old disconnect. But hopefully we don't. That doesn't occur in this game. 9k net worth lead now over to Polaris, and you can see the graph. It's dropped off a cliff. After those buybacks that came out from RSG that did not result in really a teamfight win. There's no gem actually. Are we checking for gems? No gem. This is a GG wood right here. And you gotta put the sentry halfway between to make sure you get both this one and this one. Because otherwise you de-wood the high ground, but you don't actually de-wood the low ground over here. And that's an issue because they're all just sitting out. Look, they throw another sentry down. They think this area is safe. They're standing right on top of a ward. Level 20 down, Tidehunter does get the Kraken Shell block. Damage, plus 40. He wants to be very, very tanky in the middle of fights and not dying to this Lina, and the smoke is out. Xavius is in the lead. He has the Aghanim Scepter. Swap in, hold with the stun and the debuff. And they're up on the cliff, actually. X1, he's right up there. But joining him is Natsumi. He's going to deal the damage, and the watermelon is dead. And my goodness, we've got particle effects all over the screen with the Aghanim Scepter. The projectiles coming out from that uproar. Force can blink back down whenever he wants, but at the moment he's just enjoying being King Kong. King of the hill. Chilling with the tombstone up there. Does bring himself back down with the onslaught, and with Tidehunter dead, does have a buyback, but doesn't really want to use it. For 41 seconds, this mid-rax is under threat. First glyph comes out. Natsumi knows exactly where they are, jumps forward, jumps back, does actually get Spike Carapace there for a moment. Roger trying to deal the damage. Buyback comes. They don't want to lose it. In they come. Can they get the Ravage onto actually the whole team? It's a 5-man Ravage with the follow-up. But the swap comes out and he's protected. Natsumi, the BKB's there. He's still hanging on to the Chrono. He will use it. Locking out X-Alert, and there's 3 dead. The LSA follow-up. 4 dead. It's just the Nyx Assassin alive. They have a buyback on the bat, but I get the feeling the GGs are coming. That's game 1 going over to Polaris. RSG will fall. And even with a 5-man Ravage catching the entire team, it wasn't enough. Wonder if that swap actually just came out mid-Ravage. I know it did hit all 5. Oh, first game to Polaris. Well done. GG.